What is going on, guys? Treble is here, and nice to see you. You haven't seen me before, but here I am. I finally got myself a webcam, actually the one that you are looking at right now, or rather, I'm looking at, you guys are looking at me. What we're gonna do today is having a look at some raid vehicles, because raiding is a thing that a lot of people are struggling with, and especially getting a proper raid build that functions well and is durable and stuff. And I really do understand why, because one of the things that a lot of people say on the forums is that you should just go to the exhibition up there and then go into here and say something like raid 5k or raid 6k, which there is none of at the moment. Like, there we go, raid 6,000. And I do get why a lot of people are struggling so much with this, because so many of these builds are just not good in any way. Like, say for example this one. Bringing just a simple little boy and a vector in here, it's not good. And look, exposed ammo boxes, and this just does not work. And let's just try to type in raid here. And again, I wouldn't really recommend doing something like this with just triple executioners, because it's gonna be too hard for you to hit enemies, and you won't be able to strip weapons, which is a really important factor when... Whoops. Yeah, this is a bit of a primitive setup because I need an arm for this one. I don't have that at the moment, but doesn't matter. This is what we're gonna work with for now. But anyways, like I was saying, people are struggling so much with raids because you can't find a proper raid build. Now, this is more of what we want, but here's the next issue. This one is more than 10,000 power score, which is very bad, because all raids are scaling with the player's power score. So if you go in a 5,000 power score build, you will have a much easier time than in a 10,000 power score build. And yes, I do know that a 10,000 power score build will be a lot more effective than a 5k, but it seems like going low is just way better than just maxing out on power score, compared to how much the enemy scales. But let's see what we have here, because we have a ton really. And now, some of you might have noticed already that a lot of the builds has like these tower builds, which is really what you want, because that will bring us to one of the first points. When playing raids, all raiders will try to target your cabin. That's just the basic behavior of all NPCs, and they will do so in raids as well. So when your guns are mounted up here, they will have to take out all of these parts that are close to your cabin in order to take down your weapons. So the likelihood of your weapons being struck when they are put all the way up here are really low. So that just makes it way easier for you to keep your weapons and stay alive for longer time and be useful. Good. So now that we got that settled, let's just try to go for raid 5 here. I'm gonna type in. And then just let's see for the past week, so we actually get some useful builds. And as you can see, the first build that comes up here is a triple vector hover build. This is just like, I'm getting ticks and stuff because this is just so stupid. A hover by itself can work okay, but you got 4 wheels, and hovers don't have all that much durability. And just losing one will hinder you so much. So I do not recommend this in any way at all. Then we have something like this, which has 3 guns, and the 3 guns are almost the same level as the cabin. Yeah, stupid as well, because those guns will get stripped like this, especially if you're playing versus lunatics. They will just go away instantly, because lunatics have shotguns. Those shoot in sort of a cluster in front of you, so only 50% of the shots will hit your cabin. The other 50% will probably hit your weapons. So you're gonna get stripped in a second. This one as well, exposed hovers, stupid, you can't use it. Then we have this one, I'm not gonna comment on it. And we have a 5k raider build here, which is actually somewhat okay, but let me guess, there's a cabin underneath here. And I know that Tackless has actually quite a lot of durability, 205 hit points, so they can take some shots. But still, if you want to hit the enemy, you gotta point your front towards the enemy. And if you point your front towards the enemy, you will take hits here. So you will lose your weapons. Now, this build actually looks somewhat okay if you just want to go to the exhibition and get a proper raid build. As you see, we have 4 vectors, we have a hazardous generator, which is also okay, and we have 8 wheels, which is also very good. Now, this build could still be improved quite a lot. So, we're gonna go ahead and do that. And we're gonna just go into depth with how we want to do our build. So, I think we're gonna use the Jawbreaker, because the Jawbreaker has a mass limit of 13,000 and you just want to max out on the mass limit when playing with raid builds. We have the Pilgrim, which is 12k, the Growl, which is 6k, then we have the Wyvern, 9k, the Hot Rod, 9k, Bat, 8.5, and the Fury, which is also 9k. And then Trucker here lastly, which is actually 16, so you know, I think we're better off going for Trucker. Same amount of energy right now. The Jawbreaker actually has 10, so let's go for that one so we can stack even more weapons and cooling modules to this build. So, now, the Jawbreaker, good stuff. Then let's get some frames here, because we are gonna need a ton of frames, and I think we're gonna go for something like this, because we want a rather big build here. And there we go. I'm not sure about the sound right now, guys. Sorry if it's too loud, but that's just the way it has to be. And I think, whoops, we sort of need to center this one. There we go, good stuff. I think something like this will be quite acceptable. So, now the plan with this thing will be to, first of all, add a gas generator. And the gas generator will be the only really expensive thing on this build. So let's put that one down there, and let's keep that one there for now. So now we need some wheels, and I think going with medium wheels is probably the best option if you're sort of want to save money. Now, I do have a lot of blue wheels, and I'm gonna go with those instead, but you can go medium wheels. And if you go medium wheels, I'd say go for at least 8 wheels, as since they are white, or you could probably do with just 6. They have a durability of 110 and quite a high amount of mass, but instead you could go for something like twin wheels, you could go for racing wheels, 160, chain wheels are what, 115, the APC 145, but let's just say we go for the racing wheels here. Let's slap on 6 of those. Probably should add another layer there, and then just move this one back a bit so we have some more room for wheels, and grab these. Now, I want the cabin to be somewhere in the middle, and then we're gonna construct the tower up from the cabin. And I think this is actually okay. Then we just need the last set of wheels. There we go. Something like this. So you have a pretty good base here with 6 wheels, so you can afford to lose 2 wheels without being hindered in any way. And ideally, you, like I said, you want 8, so you could add an additional layer here and then put on additional wheels, but we should be good to go for now. So the next thing that we're gonna do here is add the gun mount here, and I usually go for something like this because that puts your weapons up quite high. And then we have the buggy floor here, which, you know, let's put those out like that, and something like that. Is the sound too loud at the moment? I don't know if it's just my sound being turned up way too high, but let's just go to settings here, audio, master volume. It's quite low. I'm probably just got my game turned up really loud. Yep, I did. Back to building, and now we can add in, so you can go for either 3 or 4, but for a 5k power score build, I just go for 3. We can actually just move those back a tiny bit, like so. Good stuff. And then we just need ourselves, how much do we have? We have 9 out of 13 energy at the moment. Either, and you do have a few different options here. I really like radiators, so I can just keep on firing. So I usually just go ahead and spam a ton of radiators. And something like that. And then, do we finish this off with a weapon cooler? We might do. And then a strong engine. do we put this guy? So we do something like this, we probably could. And then the Razorback engine here, because that is the best option I have at the moment. So this one will still be able to pull once we reach 13,000 weight limit. And then we want something like a train plow, but we're not gonna put that just yet, because first, let's see, we have some bumpers here, which we are gonna put. I really hope those fit in here. Oh, they don't, that is awkward. Well, we could do something just like that. And then, do we have some sort of protection? We'll go these back one more. Yep, I guess this is better. Now, we really just want to protect the guns from any sort of splash damage like that. And can we fire now? We do have a bit of a limited firing angle, which is not ideal. How do we do this better? I guess we can't. Something like this maybe. Yeah, that'll probably do it. And we've got ourselves 4.7k power score at the moment. So now we really just want to armor this thing in the best way possible without going too high on armor. Or not armor, but rather weight, I want to say. And this is not in any way going to be some really good looking build. This is just going to be a really, really effective build for your raids. And then I really want to slap on some armor here as well before we apply the train plow. Something like this maybe. And then what do we have that we can stack in the front there? Possibly just some fryers here. I guess that'll work. And then the train plow. And the reason that we just want to stack armor is due to the explosion effects. And we can grab something like the... And we can go for something like... Oh yeah, that's right. We need something... So if we do... We could do something like this. Maybe just something that goes all the way over there. This one? Yeah, that's good. And then let's go back down here to these parts. Now what do we have? We've got this one. I guess this sort of works. And I know this is by far not the prettiest build, but like I said, it is very, very effective. So just bear with me if you don't feel like this build is the most pretty thing you've ever seen. No, actually, what am I trying to build here? We should just stack some armor everywhere, really. And we might not even need a as big as an engine as we've got right now. But let's just see where this leads to. And then we have a really, really awkward length there. Oh, that's not good either. What have I gotten myself into here? What am I trying to do? That is what I need to figure out. Where do we have that little square piece thingy? This one is what I'm looking for. Now, I can't help it but try to build something that just looks somewhat acceptable when I'm doing these builds. What do we have that we can work with? This one? No, we don't want that. Or actually, do we? No, we definitely don't. We don't even have something that just somewhat matches get there. Then we probably want to head to the aviator parts, because there we have some small parts that we can fit into here. This is super hard. Like constructing when you don't really have a plan, which I don't at the moment. I just want to do something that is effective. It's actually one of the hardest parts about this game, because if you have a plan and you just exactly know what you want to build, that is much easier. But we don't mind, guys. We don't mind at the moment. We just want something that is effective. Okay, so As you can see, we have quite a lot of armor here in the front, and we have some spacing up until here, which is good because that will protect our cabin and make that one able to take quite a few hits before things get dangerous. And now let's just move these out one bit. There we go, because then we should be able to fit in some fender parts here. We've got whoops. This one, so let's move this one over more so we can move that wheel as well. And there we go, and there we go. So let's grab this one. Like that. And then we should have that big thingy large fender right there. Which we can then put there. Put that one there. Good. So we have something that looks like a front now. Then we just need to cover up this bit as well. Yeah. That will probably do it. And then we just need to cover the rear. And usually I don't cover up the rear as well as I cover up the front, because you won't take nearly as many hits to the rear if you position right. So something just like a basic box like this to protect your hardware, and then a terrible bar just in case that a grinder comes up and tries to wreck your face before you get to turn is also a pretty good idea. And then we just need to cover up that freaking weapon cooler, and I guess if we go for something, I am super bad at flipping these for some reason. Don't comment. Wow. Yep, there we go. We got it. Good stuff. And then we just need to do something like that, and do something like that, and then we need these, and I think we got it. Good stuff. We got it. Yep. And again, we're not really going for looks. So, something like that. And then, what if we... Whoops. I meant to do that the opposite way. Like this. Yep, there we go. Aww. Maybe like that, like that. Good stuff. We got something that looks like a rear. And then just some brake lights. Because why not? Yup, then we got a rear as well, and we got a protected cabin, and we got some guns, and we are really struggling with our weight at the moment. Like, really struggling with our weight at the moment. I thought the racer engine was actually better, 30% power. Now, what is the alternative? Is it because of our wheels? I wonder if it is. I wonder how the hot red engine will do, or the cheetah engine will do, as... actually a lot better. So you know what, let's just drop in the cheetah engine for now. And I know that will bump up the total price of this build quite a lot. Ways to counter this is, yeah, get yourself either an epic cabin. What am I trying to get here? I'm trying to get to the storage. Get yourself something like the humpback cabin, because that one is just so effective, and it has so much power, and it has so much tonnage. We could actually also slap in the trucker cabin here, because we haven't really used all of the energy. You don't have to go with the weapon cooler if you don't, because I'm just mostly just tap firing my weapons as much as possible. So I rarely overheat. But as you can see, this one is just super effective, and you can strip weapons off quite easily if you just sit here and tap fire over and over and over again. And that is sort of what you want to do when playing raids. You just want to tap fire over and over and over again until you overheat. That is the main goal. Wait a minute. I used the wrong jawbreaker, didn't I? I did. It's sort of stupid, because I've got a heavy lifting one in here, which can take quite a lot before it overweights. But let's just slap in the regular one. To keep this as low cost as possible, because it takes at least 3 jawbreakers to get one that is with the heavy lifting upgrade. But we're not gonna get into that now. And then let's just add some additional armoring here. In case, why is that one up there? Well, in case the AI decides to go for our structure anyways. So if you go for something like that, then let's just grab some. What is the most lightweight one? This is 100 kilos each. Why don't you fit up there? Oh, that's probably because of the guns. Do something like this, so we got some additional cover there. And then we just need a different part for that one, which could be something like this. And then finally, I do believe that a Treble bar will be sufficient here because we are getting quite high on power score. But this is around 6k and runs 3 vectors. But do we rather want 4, guys? That is the question, because I actually think 4 would be the better choice here. And then it's just, whoops. And then we could go for 1 weapon cooler and then reduce the size of the back here. Let's just not go ahead and do that. Let's just fill in this rather. So if we grab the scorched one here again, something like that. So our front here is well protected. That is probably the most effective way of doing it. So we just need to go to the market here and buy ourselves another vector. Hello? Yeah, I think the sound is still good. Stop falling. Please just stay there. The cord is so annoying. Okay. Let's get. Whoops. Well, get ourselves another vector. Complete another mission. Go in here. Whoops. We want weapons and we want to find that final vector. There it is. So, whoops. We need to move these in closer first. Here. Alright. I'm so confused, guys. I am so confused. Remove this one because we need the, if we want to have 1 weapon cooler, we still need an engine that doesn't consume power. So, again, getting a good cabin for this is probably the best option you can go with, because then you can go with a generator that is just a tiny bit lighter than the one we are running at the moment. Not there still, and then this one fits there. Should be raised one. These fit in there somehow. I don't want to do like that. Yeah, that's good for now. That's good for now. So we can slap in 4 vectors here. And now we have a ton of firing power here. And as long as you still tap fire, you are good to go. And you can strip weapons very effectively. Like that. And we got cover here, and we don't have any cover on the sides, which we probably want to get, but we are at 6.2k at the moment, which is actually quite low for a heart rate. Let's just give this build some paint just for the sake of it. And I do know that you can get lower than this, but then again, you are gonna just have something like this, where you don't have any weapon coolers. Is also okay. I'm not a fan of it myself because you can't fire for long before your weapons overheat. But the 1000 difference in power score do make a difference. Do know that. So that is why we also should go and remove that one and then still include a stronger engine. But should we do that? Would that be any better? I'm actually sort of splitting that one, guys. I guess we might benefit more from that actually, because we are able to roam the map more. And especially if you're doing something like a convoy or something where you have to stick with the truck, it is a good thing to have a lot of power. So as you can see now, our build is actually for the jawbreaker pretty speedy compared to something like tracks and stuff. This speed is way more than you need in order to stay somewhat efficient in race and keep up with the trucks and stuff. So this should be good for you, and this should be enough in most cases, at least. And then we are actually ready to test this thing out. So let's just, whoops, I don't really have any gas, so let's just go to shop. No, we go to the market and we erase this. There we go. My internet is a bit slow, that's why the market thing is so slow. Well, anyway, so let's get some fuel here. There we go. I'm spending all my coins for you guys. This is not good. But what I don't do to help you out. So let's get to battle here. We have gone in 2 minutes, and then we have the steel cradle. What do we want to do? This truck is just asking to be stolen, so you know what? Let's go ahead and do that one, just to see how this thing functions in battle. We got the raid going. We're ready to go, and we are ready to see how this build does. Now, as you can see, this guy is running guns right in front of his cabin. That's super stupid. This guy is... don't even know what he's running, really. But maybe we have the enemies incoming. And as you can see, what I did there was just target the enemy's weapons. And you can see how easily we're stripping these guys off of their weapons. And I think my team is just full of cannon builds, so actually we are quite lucky that I just go with the machine guns. Because that is probably the biggest issue when you aren't able to switch the enemy. Let's just take down these blank things. It's so fast when you use the radiators. But whatever. So let's take them down really quickly. And as you can see, we are just we're just removing parts really easily. And that should be the goal. Here we go. Drones over there. Down with them. Stuck over here somewhere. Always, when using machine guns, always tap fire, because that way you will keep the shots precise and deal the most damage. Because you know, if you just spray, as you can see, the spread will get bigger and bigger the longer you wait. What's this guy running? Is he running wasps? I think he is. But just a side note, this build is super stupid because if an enemy comes around here from the front, they will target his cabin, and since his weapons are in the way, they will get blown off so freaking easily. So really not what we want to do. And easily killing the rocket turrets as well. No big issue at all. And it's a good thing to be able to just kill the rocket turrets quickly, because they deal a ton of damage and they grant you so many points. So when this thing is all over and you're gonna get rewarded, you will get way more rewards rather than your teammates, due to the fact that you just scored many more points than they did. Well, there we go. And we should be good to go. So we've stolen the truck, and then we just need to do the rest of the raid. And yeah, let's just sit here and chill and play this raid together, so you can see that I'm not just BSing you, but this does in fact function like I said it does. Let's quickly strip all their weapons. Now you see, this is the big issue, because I am the only one who's actually able to really target the weapons. We have the auto cannon guy, but it doesn't really seem like he does it. But I'm really getting any weapons off at the moment. There we go. That's it for all of them. And the last one, there we go as well. So they are all down. We should be somewhat okay. Good. Go ahead and drive it. We got some additional enemies here. Take out this weapon. And take out this. You really want to target him quickly, because this the last one down here. Take off his cannon as well. Rather. So that's it for those. And that entire wave is now completed as well. As you can see, we're just taking off their guns instantly. And yep, these guys do help kill, but they can't really target any weapons due to the fact that they run the builds that they do. Oh, and this is why you don't want 3 or 4 wheels rather at the beginning, because as you can see, he's lacking one wheel, and he's already struggling to maneuver his wheels properly. I'm saying properly. Good stuff. Got that one as well. And him down, and then the last enemy. Here we go. As well. And our front is doing really well, really holding up all right here. We haven't really lost much. We did take some hits to the cabin. How did we take damage to our cabin? We are a bit exposed underneath the wheels. But is that really it? Must be. Oh well. Now I hope these guys will watch this video and hopefully improve their builds just a tiny bit. Because this makes this entire game a much more of a joyride for everyone involved. And that one as well, and there we go. And straight past these weapons, good stuff. And that's all the weapons on. I really hate it when this dude targets you and tries to try to take you. You can't hit his ammo boxes. Not that well then, but we got him, and that's what matters. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm using gun mounts and I'm using bogey floors, or roofs, steps, whatever, I don't know what they're called. But due to the fact that they can be shot through, so if someone is targeting you with machine guns, 50% of the damage actually goes through the pieces, so they can take many more hits compared to their durability than usual pieces with the same power source and durability. Down with those weapons. Ouch. We got the drones. Or turrets targeting. Take off this weapon. There we go. On front, take some hits there, but it's all good. It's all good. And just leave those turrets down. There we go. And as you can see, there's not really anyone targeting weapons besides me, but that's really what you want to do. Get out of my face, boy. Whoops. Go, and another kill. And we are really harvesting points at the moment. Just like that. But he already had to replace his vehicle because he was so destroyed this early in the raid. We still have like half of the map to go somewhat. That's the last two areas. So we have to deliver the cargo. Quickly just take down the enemy and their weapons again. All good. And we still look at that. We lost one wheel, but we are still good to go. Not really a big of an issue to us because we still got 5. We can take down these guys. But we probably lost his guns there. That's why he had to more. And I told you guys why he lost them, so we shouldn't go ahead and make his mistake. Let's just quickly grab the cargo down here. Are we back? Are you gonna stay? Well, if he's gonna stay, well, can't do 2 things at once. Oh my god, it's getting so dark. Can you guys still see me? I gotta tab out. Yep, looks good. It's all good. So let's get to the truck here once again. Got the cargoes all loaded up. We're still going. We lost one wheel. Not gonna hinder us, guys, because this build is on point. As you can see, we are with 5k power score people, so there might be like just 5, 6, 7, 8k brackets. I'm not sure actually, but it could look like it because we got one dude that is just 5001. And like I said, the biggest advantage of this is that your enemies are going to be so much easier to kill. They will have less cabin health, they will have less weapon power, they will have less, like what am I trying to say, we got HP, we got power, yeah, that's basically it. And then just structural health as well. Weapons will be much easier to strip if you're running a low power score build. And then let's just wait for the last piece of cargo here before we go any further. There we go. So, we should be ready to move on. And we just need to keep up with the truck as well. Good. Go, 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 go. Let's just help him on his way here. I mean, the only one at the truck at the moment, so it really wants to move slowly. That's why we are so slow. Push him into the enemy here. Not gonna bother. Another weapon down. And another weapon down. Finish him off. Good stuff. Oh, you got a degun down there. There we go. Drive, truck, drive. Now, what is he doing? Oh, well. People are so random in this game. We're not gonna bother. We got enemies incoming here. Quickly degun the wretched dude there because the wretches they so freaking much. Am I lagging a bit here? I feel like I am. Good stuff. That is all of those dudes down as well. So, yeah, I feel like we're doing really good. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this build is actually working okay, and we are good at the moment without the radiators. That is the thing I would add if I was to add an epic cabin to this. I would probably go with the humpback cabin and then just add radiators for all of the extra energy. But what is this thing in total? It's like 35 times 4. That's 140. And then if you want just 8 medium wheels, that will cost you a maximum of like 8 coins. I think I don't even know the price at the moment. I think if it's high, it's about 1, but if it's low, it can be as little as 8 cents. So it's really nothing, more or less. Then we have the cabin, which is something like 40. So, and then the engine, of course. Don't forget the engine. You can go with, like I did the Razorback engine. Not the best. And if you do have the money, put in an epic cabin. And then the gas generator, I'm trying to say, underneath. So, the lowest you can do on this is 12 power score. If you go for an engine that does not use energy, then you can go for the hazardous generator, which is also 40, so that's 180 plus the cabin, that's 220. And then you need the wheels, so something like 250, 300 is probably the absolute least. Here we have the gas generator, which is 350, so that's something like, I think, 600-700 coins. And then you can do this build with the gas generator and a lot of wheels on them and all the guns that you need and a better engine. So all in all, this build is not the most expensive one to invest in. You should have most of the parts anyway, because you do need a cabin just for regular play and stuff. You don't want to invest in all of it. Whoops. Oh wow, I'm really stuck in here, huh? Whoops. I hope you do get the sort of meaning of what I'm trying to say, but it's a bit hard to play and talk at the same time. Just quickly take down this drone before he sweats the truck. Oh, I'm almost alone here. I've only got one teammate left. I don't know if the other guys died or whatever. But let's just take down the bus here because there are no more enemies with weapons. Take down this fine drone, remove it, and there we go. So the boss is ready to die, and then we just need this guy, and that is it for the raid. Now let's see here, 1,059 points. which gives us a total of 264 copper. That's really good. Good. So, I guess if you want to if you guys want to try out this build, I will be uploading it to the exhibition. Let's just do that right now. So let's call this one the TB Raid. Yep, I found myself a spot. Upload this one. So go look for TB Raid. It should be in here now. It is, and there it is. And can we see the part list of this one? Yep. So we got a cheat engine. We got a gas generator. You don't need an epic engine. You can, but you don't need it. And so the gas generator is 360 and the jawbreaker is 38, so let's just say 40, so that's a total of 400, and then you need 4 of these, which is 140, so that's 540. And then we have racing wheels, where you can't just go for regular medium wheels. You do need to add an additional wheel, and there should be more than enough room on the craft for that. So if you just go for medium wheels here, there we go, and they are 0.68, so let's just say 1 for each. So that's a total of 8, so that's 550 for this entire build. 550 for hard rate build, and you can basically just, while leveling up, make sure to grind yourself for what are those called? 4 vectors, and grind yourself a jawbreaker cabin, and then you are pretty good to go. And challenges can get you a gas generator if you're lucky with the Pathfinder's crate. So this shouldn't be too hard to obtain, and you should be able to get it within a pretty decent time limit, I hope. But I think that's it for this video, and I really do hope that you guys could put this to use. Let me know in the comments if you could, and if you want more of this in the future, go ahead and drop a subscribe on my channel down below, and don't forget to like this video as well if it was useful to you guys. Now, I know that this Fast and Explosive Boom series has changed a bit since the first episode, but I really do want to dig into just crafting one build and sort of talk to you guys while we go through the entire crafting process. So let me know if you enjoyed this more than the first episode. I know it's been a while since the first episode, but whatever, go watch it if you haven't already. So until next time, guys, have an awesome day, and thank you so much for following. Bye.